Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the next chapter of this irae. Well, the chapter I don't know yet how it's called, but we'll see in a second, I guess. Then, what happens when one person kills another? Kasumi had asked that question before, back when she was still a little girl. It was probably triggered by her seeing a lion hunt down and kill a gazelle or zebra on TV. The answers she got from adults conflicted with each other. Her mother said they get caught by the police and punished. That was a scary outcome in its own right, but it was the answer of her elderly neighbor that was even scarier. Murderers are doomed to burn in hell for an eternity. It was then that Kasumi first learned that death wasn't the end. The word hell had sounded scarier than police. Really? Because honestly, recently, I would say it's the other way around. And it appeared to be a place scarier than the police station too. Well, I don't think like it's true. I mean, I would say people rather try to avoid things that would get them to the police station, and they rather avoid things that would lead to dealing with police, and not really try to avoid the things that would lead to hell. So yeah, it seems like people are more afraid of police and not really hell. Well, killing another human being, in other words, becoming a murderer, was apparently the worst sin one could commit. And so it befit the most terrifying punishment there was. Although it was a revelation that terrified her to the core, it nonetheless made sense to her in the end. That idea was probably what became the very basis of her belief that taking another life was a bad thing. If she were to ever become a murderer, she was sure she'd either die or go crazy. She couldn't bear living as the worst kind of sinner there was. That was how she'd always felt. However, her heart was beating at a steady rhythm, and it didn't seem like she had lost her mind either. She could continue living, even in this state. She wanted to live, even in this state. Good. That was. The reason for that was undoubtedly Chapter 11 Spiculum sine macula. Whatever it means. I sighed deeply. I'd been acting that way ever since I got back. Not only could I not forget Sakura's last words, but my heart grew heavier each time I played them in my mind.
なんだよ、まだ悩んでやがるのか？いい加減忘れちまえよ。
Forget what, man?
そうそう。悩んでだってどうしようもないんだからさ。
Yeah.
お前ら。
On our way back, I explained to Shiro and Hojo what had happened. I did, but
なんとも思わないのか。
it didn't look like they cared at all.
そう言われたって、なあ。
まあね。
The two gave each other a look, hearing the accusation in my tone.
別に驚くような話じゃねえんだよ。特に俺らにとってはな。意味がわからないんだが。てめえに言ったって仕方ねえんだが。まあよくある話じゃねえかってことだよ。
Please don't do that, because I might start to do that as well, Shiro. And yawning isn't really a great thing to do during recording. Yeah. Even I got pissed by how Shiro yawned as he gave me that answer.
まあそれにさ、本人がいないところで、私らが考えたところで、なんか結論出るわけ？出たとしたってそれで。
あの女が納得するわけもねえよな。特にいこじそうな目してやがる。
眉毛なんかこんなだったもんね。
似てんじゃねえか？
I knew it was pointless to expect anything from them. I sighed again. Just then, Kasumi let out a quiet groan. Her eyes slowly fluttered open and took in her surroundings. I followed her gaze to Shiro and Honjo. They were both looking at me, not Kasumi, and their eyes were both telling me the same thing. Do something about this! I reluctantly looked back to Kasumi. She finally stopped looking around when she saw me. Our eyes met.
Yo, ohayo.
Ohayo.
God, what an unnatural way to say hi.
なんかすっごく体が硬いんだけど。私、どれくらい寝てたの？
Kasumi searched her body as she checked the time on her phone. Her eyes widened as soon as she saw it.
え？何これ？私ほぼ丸一日寝てるじゃん。
Okay. I don't know if she's pretending or is she able to erase her memories.
Huh?
Don't tell me she.
ああ、もう信じられない。変な夢見るし寝すぎで一日不意にしちゃったし。
Wait.
おい、かすみ。変な夢ってどんなのだよ。
学校が舞台で、なんかライトノベルみたいな展開になっちゃってて。
What stuff?
いや、待て待て。
Kasumi started talking about what happened in her dream, from the start so we could understand. In other words, she had dismissed the events of this morning as a particularly bad nightmare.
マジかよ。
なんとまあ、都合のいい子ね。
Pretty much. Shiro and Honjo broke out into a wry and exasperated smiles. I held my head and thought, what should I say? Should I tell her the truth?
どうかしたの？
No, no, everything is alright.
どうかしたも何もおめえ。いやいや、待てしろ。
Shiro sounded like he was about to tell her everything, so I frantically interrupted him. After all, I wouldn't be better if we just let her keep believing it was all a dream. If she remembered some of those fucked up things, wouldn't it lead to her remembering everything? Something was bugging me. Rusalka's words. She said she made Kasumi remember all her crimes. Wouldn't she end up remembering everything with that scene?
こうなったら明日は目いっぱい遊んでやるんだから。レンもシロも付き合ってよね。
あ
Huh?
あじゃなくて明日。
あ、そういや日曜日か、明日。そうじゃないだろう。
I'd prefer it if they did interrupt me while I was thinking over here. My thoughts couldn't keep up with all this.
だいたいしろ。遊ぶって言ったってな。
Kasumi's face suddenly lit up as if she'd come up with a good idea.
遊園地。みんなで遊園地に行って一日遊んじゃおう。ほら、漫画とかでたまにあるじゃない。ダブルデートってやつ。私とレンとシロとエリーでさ。
Wasn't she afraid of that place?
いや、
A bit?
今はそういう話をしているんじゃ
I
ない。
mean, there are hates. I felt back against me, exasperated by her seemingly non-existent sense of danger. But it was true, I also felt relieved. I was thankful that she was forcing me along into her normal day-to-day life, even after going through such a dangerous experience, as she was the very representative of my mundane heaven.
かすみ、詳しくは言えないけど。遊園地か。面白いな。おい。
As I turned around to see if Shiro was joking, I was seized by a belligerent light. He wasn't put out. He had a way more wicked look in his eyes than that. That could hit my head down more than any bucket of water could.
まさかお前。何がまさかだよ。どうせ近いうちに遊園地には行くつもりだったろ。いや、ちょっと待てよ。
Back in the tower, I figured that the amusement park swastika had already been opened. It seemed to be where Sister Lisa had died. No, it was on the bridge! Meaning it wasn't all that dangerous in theory, but it was strange that the place didn't appear to be contaminated, so it made sense to at least try checking that place out once. It was the plan, but what about now? Was the gate to Kasumi with me, but they don't know that Lisa died on the bridge, right?
なんかあんの？遊園地で素敵なアトラクションがあるかもしれないのよ。え、本当？
Damn it. She took the bait. Should I be pleased that they were trying to jerk me up or be mad that they were encouraging her plan? The question left my mind in a complicated place, and I felt like Hamlet. An attraction. In other words, a repeat of the events that occurred at Tsukinosawa High. I couldn't bring myself to dislike or resent them, but neither could I sympathize with just accepting the loss of lives with a straight face.
悪趣味だぞ、本庄。
Yeah, but she's cool. I like her.
ああ。
決まりね、かすみちゃん。明日は遊園地にしましょう。レン君が嫌なら留守番してればいいのよ。二人っきりでも行ってみましょう。
Hey, that was a bust. I spotted a hint of irritation in Kondo's eyes. Perhaps she wasn't pleased I called her by last name. And since Konto and Shiro were birds of feather, I knew where this was going already.
久しぶりだな、あの遊園地。入り口新しくなったんだって？
あんたいつの話してんのよ。
They just continued the conversation on their own.
おい、頼むから待てよ。
またない。かすみちゃん、どんな服着ていこうか。
だとさ。シロ、お前な。
Even as it was already too late to get it back. To back out now. Damn it, I had no choice at this point. I'd go along with them just this once. If the amusement park swastika hadn't been opened yet, then we'll turn around back right there and then. If it's already been opened and contaminated, then we'll have no choice but to turn back. It would only be safe to go to that place if it already had been opened but not contaminated. The probability was going to be dicey, but if that outcome turned out to be the case, there would be value in checking it out. After all, maybe there was a way to return the school and this club back to normal too.
あんまりハメ外すなよ。
レンも来るよね。
Nope.
ああ。
Yeah. I just want time to prepare myself first. I took a deep breath. It sounded like a sigh of resignation.
行こうか。
Kasumi's smile grew even brighter.
レン君たらずいぶん気合い入れちゃってるんだ。
Yeah.
本当にいいの？シロはオッケー？
俺は初めから乗り気だったろうが。
The two of them nodded in affirmation.
やったね。
それじゃ、明日は朝から遊園地に出かけるとするか。
And toast we said to go to the amusement park in spite of my fear that we were rushing into our own depths. Yeah. My present hope that it would rain was utterly defeated by the weather forecast too. Well, you don't really need to build on forecasts. They really do make a lot of mistakes in forecasting. It said it was ideal weather for a day out. And the next day, it was actually raining! No, not true. Damn cute. Kasumi took my arm and practically glued herself to me.
あんまりくっつくなよ。
Don't complain so much, dude. I tried to pry her off, but Kasumi only clung to me harder.
いいじゃん。せっかくのデートなんだしさ。
だからって。
Can you stop complaining, dude? Kasumi's beaming smile drowned out my complaints. The wind was as cold as one could expect from December. But at the same time, it felt like the warm sunlight was pushing us along. Well, she had a point. This wasn't so bad. And the reason why I felt that way was clear, obvious from the very fact I came along at all.
かすみ、なんか気持ち悪くなったりはしてないか？
気持ち悪い？どうして？
Who knows?
いや、平気ならいいんだ。
I mean, you've slept for the whole day, right? So I could tell when I got here that the swastika here had already been opened. I turned my neck slightly, and though I couldn't explain it well, I felt like there was a vast well of souls around me. But didn't feel gloomy at all in spite of that. No grudges, no lingering regrets, no negative emotions.
遊園地だからか。
何か言った？
If I had to say, the souls lingering here felt pleasantly excited, almost like children just given a candy. That was right, children. These souls were young. They had no evil will at all. At least that was how I felt.
ねえちょっと無視すんなよ。
On the other hand, who was I to say they didn't possess that innocent maliciousness only common among the young? I was worried about that a bit, but the atmosphere I could perceive was the epitome of positive.
おいこらあんたそうやっていっつも仕方ばっかりするよね。そんなに私と一緒じゃつまんないわけ？
Kasumi was shouting her hello, but it only made me smile. So,
いい加減に聞け！
she hit me once or twice, but I barely felt a thing.
なあ、俺たちもあれやってみるか。
あれって腕組みのこと？あんた正気なの？熱でもあるんじゃない？
Why not?
一応デートなんだろこれ。
まあそれはそうだけど。
じゃあやってみようぜ。
オッケー。けどどうなっても知らないよ。
Hey. Hunter up camera chills, nestling close to him. And so his arm was broken because of earlier injuries. Not really. That just doesn't work for them.
やっぱよすか。
It only took them 2-3 steps to let go of each other.
分かったでしょ。
ああ、
自分の腕が折れてるんだってこと忘れられるってのは。
違う
あんたどこまで幸せな脳みそしてんの？
ちげえって。ただ雰囲気じゃねえや。
ま、私らには明るすぎるかもね。
Did it really have to do with the atmosphere? Or was it the sun's fault? Of course it was the sun's fault, man.
で、どうするつもり？
あ、かすみ、あれ見ろよ。
なになに？
Once I heard Honjo change the topic for the series, I carried to distract Kasumi with a random conversation as I listened in to the two.
あ？
私たちの目的、履き違えてない？それとも何？まさか本当にデートでもしようっていうの？
そうだな。
Sure looked at me. He broke out in a twisted grin as our eyes met.
まあ俺たちがナチスハンターで、あいつらはおとりの餌だ。で、まあおとりであるからには自然に泳がせとくのが一番だろ。
へえ、気を使うなんてあんたにしては珍しい。なんか悪いもんでも食った？それとも悪人が余命いくばくもなくて善行に目覚めたとかそういう系？
なんだよ、逆の方が良かったか？俺たちがおとり担当？
小冗談。
デジャブも吹っ飛ぶかもよ。
そんな未知の世界は遠慮しとくわ。
素直じゃねえな、ったく。ま、ハンターがおとりの周りをうろうろしててもなんだろう。
Should turn around and start walking the opposite direction of Kasumi and me.
はいはい。
Honjo made the expert shrunk and followed Shiro. And yeah, they went quite a distance away from us, but I could still make out their conversation. It appeared my senses had improved alongside my physical abilities, but I couldn't hear anything else from that far away. Was it because I was unconsciously choosing not to? Damn it, those dumb buses were being far too considerate.
ねえねえ、まずは何乗ろっか。
I'm not going to answer that. Kasumi did notice Shiro and Honjo had wandered off. She was just having fun looking around and thinking about what to write. Well, because there are a lot of attractions in amusement parks, right? I mean, I don't know the names for roller coasters and so on. Anyway,
そりゃお前、ここの名物っていや、
I looked up.
あれだろ？
She didn't like that idea. I was looking at the Ferris wheel, 50 meters tall, that took approximately 30 minutes to rotate. It was a popular attraction, especially since there were no other little big rides in this park. Yep, she's not interested. Kasumi froze when she looked up at the Ferris wheel. She was probably imagining how everything looked from this thing.
とりあえず、ここまで来たらあれには乗っとかなきゃな。
I didn't see that coming, girl. Now that I knew Kasumi was afraid of caves, I couldn't help wanting to tease her about it. My voice filled with malice, I tried to drag her towards the first wheel.
いやいやいやいやいやいや、ないからそれないから。
Come on, let's go. But Kasumi held her ground, for still it was like she turned into a statue.
なんだよ、早く行こうぜ。
And so he lifted her, right? I tried again with more strength, but Kasumi Golem wouldn't give an inch. Actually, she's moving a little bit. Let's see how far will she move. I mean, will she get out of the screen? And how long will it take? I'm a little bit curious. It takes a little bit. Oh, she stopped. Okay.
ダメ絶対ダメ。
Kasumi desperately resisted, but her slender arms were no match for my strength.
さあ行こうか、かすみ。
That sound is a little devilish.
いやー、白エリー助けて。あれ
Kasumi finally realized they were gone. Her face at the moment was priceless.
あいつらならさっき二人で別の場所に行っちまったぞ。ほら、観念しておとなしくついてこいって。
In the end, we postponed the first wheel. Kasumi would have gone berserk if we did it. She was fighting back like a kid being dragged to the dentist. But rather than getting an enjoyment out of teasing her, I was more embarrassed by the painful stares around us.
コーヒーカップになんて乗るの小学生以来だよ。たく。
She should pick the most exciting of rides. Alright, I need to become a hunter because mosquito. So, where is the freaking switch? Turn the lights on, and where is that bastard exactly? God damn it, I hate those bastards. Still!
次は何だろうか。
My companion was in high spirits, but I was a little tired from getting spun around so much.
少し疲れた。ちょっと休もうぜ。
In a Ferris wheel?
そっか。じゃあ、私何か飲み物買ってくるから。レンはその辺のベンチで座って待ってて。
I don't feel like it's a good idea to let her go alone.
ああ、わかった。
Dude, what is wrong with you? I said do as I was told. Not a good idea. I feel like that was a very bad idea. I looked up to the sky. I felt an equal measure of both loneliness and liberation from having that wave after my left arm removed. The faint color of the sky almost seemed to have adapted itself to match that feeling of ambivalence in my heart. The scenery was a picture-perfect representation of peace. That was the kind of place amusement park were meant to be. Just a stereotypical happy place to have fun. And so that had to be why I felt a sense of discomfort beyond words when the scenery suddenly changed. Blood-stained merry-go-round horses, entrails scattering from the spinning roller coaster, first ever heads hanging off balloons flying high into the sky.
冗談じゃない。
This unpleasant malice, it rose from the engage of someone, me basically having barked into a secret and private place, and stomping around it with dirty shoes. There were only 2 swastikas left. And how many of the bastards were still alive? A lot. Spinne. Citrulisa, Tbalkane, Rusalka. I reflect on the faces of the dead. There were only 3 members of the obsidian round table left as far as I knew. No, there were more? In other words, Father Trifa, Sakurai, Wilhelm. Well, that was assuming Reinhardt and the others never showed up, that is. If I did, we were screwed, so I had to do everything in my power to ensure the next battle was the last one. I was no match for the commander and the rest of the high-ranking officers. I wasn't saying Wilhelm and the others were going to be easy, just that there were far stronger foes who would completely decimate our chance of winning merely by showing up. So I wanted to have a clearer, more realistic plan of taking out those other three in one go instead of leaving it up to the luck of the draw. Take this place for example. This place had a different atmosphere than all the other spots and already had an open swastika, so I couldn't help but wonder if it could provide me with some kind of hint. It was probably because of those rambling thoughts. What the hell? That I picked up a strange sound. Weird! Innocent giggling of frolicking children. Okay, alright, skip this. Skip, because no. Yeah, this sound that was undoubtedly the laughter of happy children sounded like a screeching of insects to me. Same! Those voices were.
イザーク、かわいそうだね。僕らと一緒。
Who the hell is Isaac here?
かわいそうだよ、イザーク。どうしていつも君ばかり。不公平だよね。不公平だよね。ねえ、なんであいつだけ生きてるの？おかしいね。おかしいね。変だよね。僕らは、名前なんだっけ？ヨハンだよ。一人だけ仲間外れのヨハン。かわいそうだね。かわいそうだね。
Alright.
だからヨハンを仲間に入れてあげよう。そうしよう。
Alright, the voice was saying something ominous. The chill-like innocence was mixed with malice that gave me the chills. It felt like I was having some sort of daydream. Through my blurry vision, I never made out the man surrounded by thousands of infants in the distance. She knew it. She understood. At least she thought she did. That this wasn't a continuation but an extension. I reduced, diluted reproduction of that blessed day-to-day life they'd lived. Yet the moment she saw the intruder's face, caused me sheer discouragement.
桜井さん。
The sight of the girl unwillingly brought back memories of that day. The last day of Kasumi's school life. Reviving all the immersive things she'd been shown and experienced.
楽しんでいるみたいね、綾瀬さん。
She spoke as if she'd been watching them the whole time. This only served to spur Kasumi's discouragement and the bad feeling building up in her.
そうやって楽しんでおくといいわ。今のうちに。それ、どういう意味？
Her tone grew harsher with anxiety.
彼はいずれ死ぬから。私たちの誰かの。いや、私のこの手で。
Well, we'll see about that. It felt like someone gripped her heart with a cold hand. She was sweating. It was just her skin. It felt like her very innards were breaking out into the cold, bitter sweat. Sorry.
どうして？
She remembered Saka's face. The mirror alone made it hard for her to breathe. Come to think of it, she had forgotten Sakura had transferred to Tsukino-sama High along with her. Her recognition of reality was constantly one step ahead of her awareness. The reason it took her so long to acknowledge everything was out of naive wish that things were not the way she suspected.
彼は私の大切なものを奪った。だから殺す。
Yeah, he took down a berserk that basically didn't even recognize you, so yeah. Makes sense, right? Kay declared her intent. Yeah, it was the declaration, a curse akin to personal oath.
殺すって、レンを冗談でしょ。そんなこと絶対私がさせないから。
Not that really you have anything to do here. You will basically are, well, powerless. Kasumi instinctively reported. Even she was surprised at how assertive that came out. Those words were yet another declaration. They were filled with the unyielding will to defeat Kay's.
あなたに一体何ができるの？
There was no provocation Kay's question. She was just bluntly stating the facts.
でも、あなたに恨みはないから警告だけしておく。死にたくなければ、今すぐ彼を置いてこの町から立ち去りなさい。
嫌よ。
She could never choose to that. Kay looked down at Kasumi earnestly, and suddenly changed the subject.
私に英語を教えてくれとか言ってたよね。
え？
私みたいな人生を送ってみたいとか言ってたよね。
それは。
No. She had indeed said something akin to that at some point. But what did it have to do with this?
綾瀬さん、私と同じような目に遭いたいのね。大好きな人を奪われる気持ち、知りたいのね。
Alright, she's going full retard now. Kay had a smile on her lips, but there was no emotion in it. Her face looked frozen over like a mask. To Kasumi it felt like she was crying inside.
知りたいなら残っていればいい。おすすめはしないけど、あなたがそう言うのなら仕方ないよね。でも出て行った方がそうなるのかな。ここに残っていれば、むしろみんな一緒。
Kasumi said she couldn't let Kay say anymore. Though she couldn't understand the specifics of the discussion, she could feel fierce malice and despair brimming within the girl. That was why she spoke.
負けないもん。
Yeah, she would never lose.
私もレンもシロもエリーも負けないもん。また一緒に学校行ってお弁当食べてみんなと遊んで一緒に帰って、そんな普通の生活を。
普通の生活？
Kay snorted. That short phrase denied everything Kasumi and Ren had pulled up.
あなたの普通って何？教会住まいの先輩と親交を深めたりすること？教えておいてあげるけど、あそこに住んでいる人はみんなこちら側よ。あなたの普通とか日常なんて、そんな薄氷の上、ほんの小石で割れる。
We'll see about it.
だけど
She stopped there. The people of the church were normal. Not the priest, not the nun, not even Rhea. Sorry. But even if they weren't, it wouldn't change what she had to say.
こんなのは現実じゃない。私とレンの現実だとは認めない。だから悪い夢は私が覚ましてあげるんだ。ほっぺたいっぱたいて朝だ起きろって耳元で叫んで。
そうなら、あなたはあなたの思うことをすればいいわ。
Kay looked away and passed by Kasumi as though she were as if to say she was no longer interested in her. Kasumi glared at her back until Kay faded out of view. Her leg muscles had grown stiff from all the tension, leaving her unable to take even a single step. She could still feel herself trembling. She was shaking with the anger and fear that came of holding a conversation with someone holding an utterly different set of ideals. But at the same time, that short encounter with Kay Sakurai had changed something decisive within Kasumi. She was aware that something unavoidable had arrived. Her spine felt stiff. She was sure her face looked just as bad. She couldn't look like this. Ren would see through her in a second. While he was too thick-headed to see the stuff that really mattered, he had a sharp eye for weird things like this. She had to smile, because today was that kind of day. She didn't know if they'd ever have another day like this, so she had to make sure this precious time didn't go to waste. She slowly took a deep breath. She had to go back to who was on her way back from buying juice from a vending machine. Even remembering the feeling of her day-to-day life took effort. She looked up and away from the shadow at her feet she'd been staring at this whole time. And just as she managed to regain her smile,
こんにちは、綾瀬さ
"Oh,
ん。
you've got to be shitting me, dead bastard." She saw Valeria trespassing before her, wearing a mixed smile of his own. We went back to the club after our date, Shirin and Joe then went off somewhere else, saying they had things to take care of, leaving me and Kasumi alone in this room. It was hard to start a conversation within that environment, perhaps because the room was too quiet. I'd been unable to calm down for a while, perhaps because Kasumi seemed a bit ill at ease. It was her who ended up breaking the silence.
ねえ、レン。そっちのソファー、行っていい？
Suspicious. Kasumi had been sitting on a different sofa in plan. Maybe she asked because didn't like the distance between us.
別に構わないけど。
Kasumi smiled happily, got up from her sofa and sat down next to me. Or maybe not so suspicious. I grew a little embarrassed and turned away from her. Just then, Kasumi leaned against my back, resting her cheek on it. What's with the sound? Perhaps it was that silence that set the next series of events in motion.
なあ。俺、お前に一つ言っとかなきゃいけないことがあるんだけど。桜井と付き合ってるとか言うの、嘘だから。
ああ、それ。
Kasumi laughed as if to say I knew.
いくらなんでも、ちょっと無理ありすぎだもんね。
Well, she had a point. I broke out into a wry smile as I considered how improbable it must have seemed.
怒んないのか？
まあ、少しはだけど。レンとしては、優しい嘘のつもりだったんでしょ？
What the hell is a white lie? I wonder what color that really was. Okay, what? White lie? I mean... I know about white rims, but white lie? Seriously? Is that a thing? White lie. Okay, I guess it is. Well, I shouldn't have doubted it, but... Okay, makes sense. And never mind my stupidity.
私だって同じだし。ねえ、レン。
なんだよ。
あのさ、いろいろごめん。
What do you mean?
なんだよ、その大雑把な謝り方。言われた方は何が何だかわからないって。
Kasumi fell quiet. It seemed she was in a mood to explain. In no mood to explain. But even so, Kasumi bore some sort of burden regarding me. At least that was what her behavior seemed to indicate.
ノーヒントかよ。お前昔からそういう反則っぽい謎々好きだったよな。
So I'd say to just play along with her without prying. I'd go along with her flow the way she wanted it. That was my way of showing male etiquette, for if it were Shiro, he could probably just speak normally without getting embarrassed.
それも含めてごめん。
余計わかんねえ。
今の気持ち的にそういう方向性ということで。
まあ、わかった。
私らしくないかな、こういうの。
Pretty much, yeah.
そんなことはないだろう。だいたいお前らしさって表現もどうかと思うぞ。らしかろうがらしくなかろうが、霞は霞だ。
But yeah, who cares? The life is about changing. God, that was so corny. Even so, I didn't feel her laugh. She just kept clinging to me like glue, as always.
ねえ、レン。
ん？
必ず帰ってきてね。
覚えてるのか？俺が言ったこと。
I felt a cold sensation run through my back. That's right, I told her that before. It was right before she fainted on that night, that fated night where the guillotine was transferred from her to me. I swear I'll be back. So, if you could watch my place, I'd appreciate it. Words I thought she'd forgotten.
覚えてる。でもさ、なんだかそれってプロポーズの言葉みたいじゃない？
What if it was? She seemed bashful. There was no gloom in there at all, not even a shadow of the past, but to forever keep Kasumi away from. I must have been reading into things too deeply. There were probably some random fragments of the memory of that night that remained in her, and just happened to be one of those. The amusement park under the blue sky, the chill of the northern winds, the wave pulling on my left arm. And Kasumi's smile. Her smile. Her smile. If she ever remembered all that transpired on that night, then there would be no way she or anyone else in her shoes could smile like this.
あ、こら、なんとか言え、バカレン。
Her face dyed red as for she was plastered. Kasumi was a ray of sunshine that I never wanted to lose.
ちょっと、何黙っちゃってんのよ。
So I.
別に、そう思ってくれて構わないけど。
Didn't see that coming.
なんだよ、その反応は。嫌なのか？
そんなことない。そんなことないよ。少し嬉しすぎて。
俺は恥ずかしい。
ねえ、レン。こっち向いてよ。
I turned around to see Kasumi's face right in front of me. We could feel each other's breath at this distance.
かすみ。
レン。
We called each other's name, then closed the distance. Our lips gently touched. I could feel her warmth and sweet scent slowly soak into me as I felt like I was melting into her. Her faint sighs felt comfortable to the skin. I gently slid my tongue into her. Oh, and Steve accepted that? Kasumi's mouth accepted me, and our tongues frantically wrapped around each other as though unable to bear a moment of separation. My tongue felt like it was going to melt in her mouth. Our saliva mixed together. A word of peace. We might not get another one, so we had to treasure this period of tranquility while we still had the chance. Founding broke off our long kiss. I found it very hard to let go as I stared at Kasumi. She looked right back at me with a bit of embarrassment, yet also darkly.
変な感じ。こうしてレンのそばにいるだけで、レンの顔見てるだけで、なんか幸せな気分。
そっか。
ねえ、レンはどう？
Kasumi gazed at me with most unique eyes. My childhood friends had perhaps never looked as lovely as she did that moment.
俺は、
Kasumi anxiously waited what I had to say. I gently ran my hand through her hair.
なんか、照れくさいな。
Dude, is that the only freaking feeling, you know? I tried to glow things over, but Kasumi, who had been totally caught up in the sensation of having her hair stroked, only frowned in response.
もう、ちゃんと言葉で言ってよ。
かすみ。
レンの言葉で、私を安心させてよ。
I couldn't just try to laugh off a serious request like that. I felt Kasumi's warmth as I softly ran my fingers down the nape of her neck. She wasn't always a cheeky and high-spirited girl. No, what I now saw before me was an endlessly mesmerizing woman. Putting her mind at ease was duty. My duty as a man.
俺も、幸せすぎて怖いくらいだ。
レン。
お前のそば、絶対離れないからな。
I was sure that my face was beet red as I said that. But instead of teasing me, Kasumi just regarded me with serious eyes.
私も一生くっついてる。レンが嫌がったって絶対離れないんだから。
That's scary. Kasumi gently closed her eyes. We held each other as our lips found their way to each other once again. We held each other tightly, our arms filled with our desire to never be apart again, no matter what happened, and at the same time I swore I'd keep her safe from anything, be it human or demon, and you know what, I'm pretty sure Shiro and Honjo are actually looking at all that through the cameras. We just kept holding each other. They definitely do that. Kasumi giggled as we held each other, our bodies fitting together like jigsaw pieces.
なんだかとってもなんだか本当に幸せ。もう地獄に落ちてもいいよ。
What are you talking about? I felt an indescribable feeling of discomfort at Kasumi's words. What did she just say? Did she say something about going to hell in peace? Why hell?
今なんて。
But the only response I got was her sleeping breath. Maybe I just misheard it. After all, I couldn't ever imagine Kasumi of all people saying something like that. The only one here whom those words should apply to was me. I held Kasumi's slender body close, feeling her wave and warmth against me. Right then, I met the cliché yet earnest wish that this moment would last forever. There, Shambhala, Night 13, Swastika, 6 of 8. Chapter events, Peggle Cinema could end. Alright, episode 31, I guess? I'm guessing here, to be honest. And as well, so for now, hope you enjoyed it, and see you tomorrow in the next one. Bye bye.